What's up, everybody? Welcome to Hot Joe and the Ranko Show, episode 13. Good morning. The weather is a little garbagey outside, I'm going to be honest. Let's have a little... Again, I'm breaking with tradition. I'm having a little hot tea with some honey in it because the old throat has not felt great lately. I've been a little under the weather. So tea is getting it done. How are you guys this morning? Got my Smashville shirt on. Got my hat on. Can't remember what this hat is. It's some whiskey hat I got for free for doing a tasting. Hey, whatever. Free hat. Whiskey wasn't that good, but the hat's... I like the hat. Hold on. Yeah, so it's hillbilly bourbon. That's what it was. It was okay. It wasn't great. Anyway, sorry for the squirrel moment. Let's have a little bit more. Man, that's good. All right, camera 2. How you feeling this morning? You ready to get it going? All right, here we go, folks. So yesterday was tax prep day for me. Whew, that was awful. Anyway, as a private business owner who's self-employed, self-employment tax will kick you in the butt. So anyway, I still love being my own boss, and that's cool. All right, sorry, I heard a noise over here and was wondering if the Big Max was coming in, but he evidently is not. So last night I had a live show, and I gotta turn my phones down, they're a little hot. Had a live show last night, and it was super fun. A bunch of people chimed in, but it was on my personal Facebook page. And then I was trying to save it and upload it, and my phone died. So it erased it. And I'm like, dang it. So I had a couple people this morning text me like, where's your live show from last night? It's gone. It's out in the ether somewhere. All right. So anyway, yesterday I had a super powerful interaction with a friend of mine. He's a really good buddy, and I was getting ready to go to my tax guy, so I stopped over at my local watering hole, Brewhouse 100. What up, Brewhouse 100? If you have not gone to Brewhouse 100, it's awesome. The food is amazing. The help is okay. I'm just kidding, Amanda. They're awesome over there. They're fantastic. The food is great. They got a huge selection of beers, and this is not an advertisement for them. It's just the place I like to go, and they're good folks. So anyway, I was going to go over there and chat with my buddy and bartender and friend Amanda before I had to go get my taxes done and write huge checks. So I felt like I needed at least a little bit of courage juice to go do that. So I had a beer, and but before I got into Brewhouse, I saw a friend of mine, and I absolutely will not mention his name, and I love this guy. He's super nice. But I saw him in the parking lot, and he looked, I saw him get out of his car, and it looked like he was having trouble moving. And so I walked over to him, and I was like, hey, man, are you okay? What's going on? And he basically confided in me that he was having some health problems, and he kind of broke down in the middle of the parking lot. I mean, we're very good friends, but we're not like super close friends. I would do anything for this guy. I think he's super cool, and I think he would probably help me out in a pinch too. He's a good guy, and he kind of broke down in the parking lot, and so I just put my arms around him and gave him a big hug, and said, I'm here for you any way I can help you. I will do it. And then I just kind of stood there and listened to him talk and tell his story, and so that I'm going to get back to a point here in a minute, but sorry, I'm kind of tearing up thinking about it because it was emotional for me to see him break down, because after going through my hernia surgery and having just some health issues, it really brings life into question. I mean, you kind of start thinking, well, man, what if I can't work anymore? What if it brings out true fears that you kind of keep in the back of your mind. And so anyway, so we talked for a little bit, and I said, man, if I can help you in any way, you tell me, and I will help you. And I think he appreciated that, and we just had a good conversation, and we parted. And so I went in to Brew House, and one of the guys in there had told Amanda that, he was like, hey, there's some guy like breaking down crying in the parking lot. And then so I came in, and she was like, what was going on? And I told her and stuff, and I told her, I said, when I was probably in my 30s, I probably wouldn't have done that. I probably would not have put my arms around a grown man and just gave him a hug and said, it's going to be okay. But life's too short, man. If you care about somebody, tell them, man. Just go ahead and be there for them. Be a friend. Be somebody. But the point I want to get to today, let's have a little more. The point I want to get to today is, are you a good listener? It's one of the things as I get older that I want to try to master. Because I think it is probably one of the hardest skills to master. My pops was the best listener I have ever met in my entire life. My dad, and my friends would tell you this, my pops would meet one of my friends, and he'd be like, well, I'll just say Steve or whatever. He'd be like, hey, Steve, how are you? What's going on? So what's going on in your life? What do you do for a living? What do you blah, blah, blah? And then my dad would just shut up and sit there and listen. And my dad could sit and listen for hours if he really needed to. If you asked for his advice, he would interject it, but he wouldn't shove his way in to the conversation. He'd just sit there and listen. And sometimes we all need somebody just to sit and listen. We don't need to fix our problems. We don't need... That's the problem, I think, a lot, too. It's a huge problem for me. I want to fix your problems. Like, if you come to me and you're like, Rankin, this is going on in my life, I'm like, all right, well, I can do this, and we'll do this, and you need to start doing that, as opposed to just like, hey, Ranko, shut up. I don't really need you to help me. I'm just trying to tell you stuff. I'm trying to get it off my chest. So I want to challenge everybody that's watching this today. And if you are watching, please subscribe and like it. My subscriptions are growing. We're up over 115,000 views. So that's kind of impressive. If you have a friend in need, or you're talking to somebody, in the middle of while you're trying to formulate what you're getting ready to say, just think to yourself, should I be formulating or should I be listening to what this person's saying? And then I can formulate what I'm going to say after they're done. I think we're all bad at this. Maybe you're not. I'm terrible at it. When I'm talking to somebody and they're on topic and they're like, and they're going, in my brain, I have my response is already working up, and I'm running through different scenarios in my head of what I'm going to say. Instead of shutting my brain down and just listening to that person and taking it in. My girlfriend Kim is amazing at this. She is a very good listener. She will remember people's names. She will remember things that people, like I will say, oh, my friend so-and-so. She's like, honey, I know your friend. I'm like, well, I only mentioned him one time. She's like, that's all I need. I listen. I'm smart. I can understand. So it's a thing that I really, 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 really want to make part of my everyday life. Be a good listener. If you have a friend in need, if you know somebody who's struggling today, give them a call. You can text them too, but maybe just give them a call for 5 minutes. If you got a buddy who's having trouble, or something's going on in their life, just call them, say, are you okay? You need anything? Can I help you? All right. You need somebody to listen. Maybe that's all they need. Maybe go have a beer with them, go have some coffee, go hang out and just listen to somebody talk for a little while. Because a lot of times if people know you care and you're going to give your time, that's a super important thing. So I would challenge everybody today, when you're trying to get your point out and you're trying to break through the conversation, maybe listen. Maybe that's what God's telling you to do, is just be quiet and listen. I had other things I'm going to talk about, but I want to try to keep this short today. So I hope this helps anybody and whoever's watching this, that maybe this is something you needed to hear today. I'm going to try to do this on a daily basis to be a better listener. Try that if you can. Try to see what else was on my little list. I didn't have a whole lot. That kind of just permeated my whole thing after I saw my buddy. It kind of made me, I don't know, it kind of made me start thinking. Got my fidget spinner here on the desk. I love this thing. What's up, camera 2? Sorry we hadn't given you a lot of love today. So try to be a good listener if you can. And I don't know why this has gotten on my mind so much, but hey, if you think about it, go to your local animal shelter and donate some dog food or cat food, or help them out. All right. Well, I think that's all we got for today. I'm going to try to maybe do a Friday night live. So if you guys are interested in that, please comment down below, like the video, so please subscribe. I need subscribers. If you like the content. And I think I actually had a couple of fun facts. Let me see. I think I had a couple queued up because I was reading stuff and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Oh, yeah, here we go. And I don't know if my nephews are still watching this. I hope you guys are. If so, we need to have another Ask the Nephews episode. So you guys need to text me with some interesting stuff you'd like to hear me talk about on the show. All right, here we go. Here's a fun fact of the day. All the ants on Earth weigh about as much as all the humans. The total population of people who are alive on the Earth hasn't even hit 8 billion. At the same time, there are 10 quadrillion individual ants crawling around at any given time. According to wildlife presenter Chris Packham, who appeared on BBC, when combined, all those ants would weigh about the same as all the humans. However, Francis Ratnick, professor of apiculture at the University of Sussex, disagrees. He said that while this fact may have been true in the past, these days we must also remember that humans are getting fatter all the time. We're not just increasing in population, we're increasing in fatness. So I think we've left the ants behind. All right, people, lose some weight, man. We'd rather the ants be heavier than us. All right. Well, I hope you guys are going to have a great day today. I love you. Do something positive for somebody. Be a good listener. And as my pops used to say, you can't soar with eagles if you hang out with turkeys. You guys have a great day. I love you. Peace out.